Hi friends, welcome to today's video. This is going to be a fun one. Anytime I get to sit down and play with glitter, I always have a good time. I am going to share with you some of e.l.f.'s newest holiday releases, some new eyeshadows, new lip oils, a new lip product, so we are jumping right on in. e.l.f. recently launched their new eyeshadows, single glitter shadows defined as Fleck glitter shadows. I ordered these from the e.l.f. website and I did have to purchase a shade from the Target site just because some of them were in and out of stock. So I purchased the shades. I've got them here to show you them up close, give you my thoughts, swatches, and of course, we will be playing with these today. They also launched a new shimmer balm, so I chose one of the two shades. I chose the lighter of the shades, and this one is called Pearlfection, and I'm excited because this looks absolutely beautiful, super sparkly, and like a glitter lip balm type of product. So I am very thrilled to get to this part of the video where we get to try this. And they also have a new set of their lip oils. I have talked about how much I've loved their lip oils. I think that's one of their best products in my opinion. I have a ton of products from this line. I think e.l.f. makes good stuff, so their lip oils are no exception. So these are called the Glow Reviver Quad. So it's a set of 4 different lip oils. These are all part of their existing line except for one. There is one shade called Crystal Baller, which looks so pretty and very pearly and glittery. This one is exclusive to this set itself. The 4-piece set retails for $32 on the e.l.f. site. So I will show you some swatches of these. I will show you what this shimmer balm looks like, and we will also play with some of the glitter shadows today. Each one is $6. It comes in a clear plastic component, which I think is very sleek, and I actually do personally like that because I get to see directly into the product and know exactly which shade I'm picking up versus having to open it and play a guessing game of which shade I'm picking. So I do like that. I like the e.l.f. logo on the front. The label on the back is a silver label with the name on it. Actual pan itself is also a square shape, and as you can see through some of the up-close shots of these colors, I am so excited because they have that sort of glitter finish to them, which you can see that in the up-close shots. So I picked most of the shades in this collection to purchase and try. The only shade that I did not buy was the gold shade, and the reason for that is because I don't typically wear gold eyeshadow, and I didn't want to purchase product just to show it in a video and never use it. So I'm not a fan of yellowy type of gold shades on me personally. I think it looks beautiful on everyone else, but it's not a color that I prefer on myself, so I skipped that entirely. So I think by seeing this product, we can all agree that they are trying to dupe the Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadows. I own one of the Moondust eyeshadows, one of the viral shades, the Space Cowboy, and that's what this one looks like. This is the Moondust. Let's go ahead and compare the packaging of both of them so you can see them. The Moondust eyeshadows here, and then this is the e.l.f. one. They both have a square shape. But the Moondust formula is a little bit different because the packaging is more of your squared edges, whereas the e.l.f. one is more rounded, as you can see there. And a circular pan for the Moondust and a square pan for e.l.f. But I think we can all agree that e.l.f. is definitely trying to dupe this formula from Urban Decay because the packaging looks similar, and those of us who are familiar with this Moondust formula, seeing this, we automatically know exactly what e.l.f. is trying to do. And that's what they're known for. They're known for creating dupes for very popular, best-selling, viral products, overly hyped products from all of the high-end brands. They tend to do really good options, good dupes, good alternatives, and they actually do perform well. So I do have high hopes for this. So let's go ahead and get into these swatches because I cannot wait to swatch these. Let's start off the swatches with the lightest shade. This one is called White Hot. Looks like that. And I have it swatched here on my finger, but I also have it on the back of my hand. This is a swatch built up so you can kind of see. It is going to be sheer and it's going to give you a soft wash of a glitter topper. The glitter does feel really fine and really soft. It's not like chunky pieces. It's actually really pretty, and when you blend this out, maybe you can see there, you can really spread this product and cover a lot of surface areas. You can see I'm almost covering the entire backside of my hand, and it just gives a beautiful glow. So if you like glitter or would like to have a glitter shadow, but you don't want big obvious pieces of glitter, I think you might enjoy some of these. Next up is Champagne Showers. This one is just a little bit deeper than White Hot and a little bit more of a peachy undertone to it. I've got it swatched on my finger there. And then I also have it on the back of my hand. This one, again, just like the White Hot, is going to be a little bit more of a sheer, more transparent base. This one has a little hint of more peachiness to it, and I will show you the two of them compared. White Hot and Champagne Showers. So this is White Hot and then Champagne Showers. So White Hot's here, Champagne Showers is over here. As you can see, it has a bit more of a kind of peachy tone to it versus this one. This is more of an icy, more white looking color, which is why it's called White Hot. And just based off of looking at the swatches of Champagne Showers, I do think it is very similar to the Space Cowboy, the Moondust shadows from Urban Decay. So let's go ahead and kind of get a feel for the formulas. This is the only one that I own. And as I'm rubbing my fingers with this Urban Decay one, I do have to rub my fingers really aggressively to get the product to pick up. I'm not sure if mine is just hard pan. That could very well be what's going on here. But as you can see, this one has a lot more pigment. This is Urban Decay. And let's go ahead and get more of that Champagne Showers to compare it to. So here is the Urban Decay Moondust. You can really see that it has that definite peachy tone. And then here is the Champagne Showers from e.l.f. And it's just a little bit lighter and a tad brighter in tone. Do you see that? And a bit softer, not as a intense peach as the Moondust. But they look and feel the same. And based off of the swatches, looking at it compared, I feel like the actual glitter particles in the Moondust formula is just slightly bigger. Ever so slightly bigger than what you get in the e.l.f. ones, but they're really, really close. So if you wanted the Moondust, but you don't want to pay the high price point for them, I think you will actually enjoy having the e.l.f. formula because they're honestly, they look similar and they actually feel very similar. And personal preference, I think I like the e.l.f. Champagne Showers more than I like the Space Cowboy. I said it. I think this one is prettier and I think I like the tone of it. I just feel like the Moondust one, I never really use it as much as I thought just because it has a little bit of a peachy, a subtle hint of like an orangey peach undertone to it. And again, it's just not like my absolute favorite undertone, but it is really pretty when you layer it. So that's why I use the Moondust as a layered sort of look and a topper type of formula versus it being my main shadow. But I can definitely get more use out of the Champagne Showers. It looks so beautiful. Do you see that? Gorgeous. Now we're going to get into the shades that have a little bit more pigment to them and a little bit more color. The first one is Pop Off Pink. Really pretty. You see that? On my finger. Really pretty. And then here it is swatch. Do you see how beautiful this color is? I almost didn't order it because I wasn't sure how pink this was going to be, but it actually has a little bit of pink to it, which you can obviously see. I can see that, but it's a lot softer than I expected. And I don't know, I feel like in certain lights when I kind of move my hand, it almost looks like a little bit of a pinky kind of rose gold type of shade. I'm not really sure exactly what they're describing this color as, but that's what it looks like a pinky rose gold to me. It's really pretty. Do you see that? And this one definitely has a little bit more pigment to the base of the color versus the first two, the Champagne Showers and the White Hot. So I do like this one, and I think it's a really nice sort of wearable tone of pink that can be a one and done, honestly, because it has pigment and it has that sort of beautiful kind of glitter. But honestly, when I'm looking at this and kind of inspecting the swatch a little bit more, I feel like this one has more of a shimmer versus the other two. The other two had more obvious glitter, not like big chunks. It's all going to be soft and really pretty, but looking at it, I can just tell that this formula on this pink one is a little bit different than the first two. Something to note, but equally as beautiful. Next is a shade that has a little bit more fun to it. It's more of a shifty kind of shade. It looks different in the pan, and when you swatch it and turn your hand, you will see how it kind of has a bit of a shift to it. So it's almost like a duochrome. This one is called Straight Fire, and that's the swatch of it there. Do you see how it's different on my finger versus the pan? And then here it is on the back of my hand. So it looks kind of purpley and then kind of icy and light. Do you see how it looks when you turn your hand in various lighting? And this one, when you look at it, it kind of has like an icy sort of bluish look to it, right? Do you see that? You see how it shifts and turns? Very cool. But then when it kind of turns to a different angle, you actually see a more kind of purpley, pinky kind of tone. So it's kind of one of those duochromes that looks like a kind of mauvey pinky tone with a bit of an icy blue shift or shimmer to it. And again, this one does feel like it's a little bit more of a substantial formula. The first two definitely felt a lot more topper-like formulas, and this one has a little bit more of a kind of sheer, more eyeshadow feel to it, and it feels really soft. But as you can see, as I blend this out, it's just mostly shimmer. I do have some glitter around here from the other shades, but if you look right in this area here, it's definitely going to be more of a typical eyeshadow formula with a little bit more of a kind of glittery finish to it. That's really pretty. I wasn't sure if I was going to get a lot of use out of this, but this might actually be nice to do something fun, like a center of the lid kind of moment. I think this will be a nice one. Last up is the brown shade called Filthy Rich. Do you see that? Look how intense this looks. Oh my gosh. And here is the swatch of that shade. Do you see how it just looks like a typical shadow, right? Do you see that? Very cool. This was one of the shades that was out of stock on the e.l.f. website, so I ordered it through Target. And this one I believe is described as a dark brown, but I am picking up a kind of olivey undertone, so it might be like a dark brown with an olive tone to it, because that's what it looks like to me. And as you can see the swatch, this does not look like a glitter topper now, does it? This looks like a straight up creamy, almost metallic foiled looking eyeshadow. It feels very different. So I would say that some of these are a little bit inconsistent. They call them the Finest Fleck glitter eyeshadow, but this, honestly, the Filthy Rich feels more of a typical metallic eyeshadow, right? I'm not picking up a lot of glitter. The glitter I see on the surrounding areas is from the other swatches, so it's not this eyeshadow. And the same thing with the Pop Off Pink. That felt like a typical shadow that had a little bit of a glitter kind of finish to it, but it wasn't as glittery as the lighter shades. So I do feel like there's some sort of inconsistencies with this formula. At least in my opinion, I thought I was getting glitter toppers to use, but honestly, this Filthy Rich shade, that's a one and done right there. You don't need anything else. That's intense. That's really pigmented and really creamy. The same thing with that Pop Off Pink, one and done. These lighter shades, the Champagne Showers and the White Hot, you could use them as a one and done if you wanted something a little bit more sparkly, a little bit more icy. But for me personally, I would probably put some product into the crease, maybe something on the lid, and use these as toppers, because the base of these two lighter ones, it's much more sheer and transparent compared to the other three. And even this one, the Straight Fire, this one definitely had, the shifty one, had more of those kind of typical eyeshadow feels to it versus the lighter shades that have more topper, that you really have to dig your finger into these light shades to really get quite a bit of payoff. And out of all of them, I like the Champagne Showers the most out of the two lightest shades. The ones with the most pigment, I would say I like the Filthy Rich, which is, I can't, right? I like this one, and I like that Pop Off Pink, which is the shade that I almost didn't order. So I hope that the swatches were helpful. Now we get to put one of these on today and create an eye look. I'm back with a little bit of eyeshadow in the crease and the lower lashes, so I'm going to talk you through that really quickly. I used a few of the cool tones from the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. I used the fair shade, which is the light one that matches my skin tone, all over my MAC Painterly paint pot. In the crease, I have Mesh, which is this really light, cool gray with a little bit of a rosy tone to it. That's all I have built up in the crease. And on the lower lashes, all I have is this dark gray color called Tender with a smudgy brush, and that's where we're at right now. I went with the cool vibes because honestly, I really do want to use the shade called Pop Off Pink. I'm going to use this eyeshadow with my finger, just kind of swirling it to pick up the product. Look how pretty that looks. And then I'm going to just press that right over my lids from inner corner to outer corner. Oh, that's so pretty. You get a hint of pink, a hint of sparkle. Oh yeah. I'm definitely going to get a lot of use out of this one. This one is really, really pretty. I'm going to build this up a little bit more. And I'm going to bring it up where it kind of touches the crease, but I'm not bringing it up all the way. Oh yeah. That is so pretty. Do you know what that reminds me of? As I'm putting this on my lids, this kind of gives me a feel for this glitter topper from the I Need a Nude palette, the Mia or Maya, however you pronounce that. This one is, again, a topper formula from Natasha Denona, but it has that sort of pinkiness to it, which is one of my favorites from this palette. And I'm not saying that they're dupes, but it kind of gives me that same sort of pinky, shimmer, sparkle kind of feel to the lid. But this one has, the one from e.l.f. has a little bit more pigment to it than the Natasha Denona. So let's use that same color on this side. And to think that I almost didn't order this one. I'm glad I did. That is stunning. It gives you that glitter, that sparkle, but it looks very chic, very polished, very sophisticated. It's not overly chunky. It's not big pieces of glitter. From a distance, you can't even tell that it's glitter. You have to get close to really see it. But when the light shines and hits your eyes, it looks absolutely incredible. I adore these glitter type of shades that are very fine pieces of glitter. They feel smooth and they look beautiful, and this is no exception. I love this. Absolutely love this shade. And that was too easy to apply, and this is the completed look. All I have to do now is liner and mascara, and I've got a full eye look. You can skip liner too and just go straight into mascara, so I will do that and be right back. I skipped eyeliner altogether and just went in with mascara. I did tight line with a black pencil liner first, and then I used my L'Oreal Telescopic mascara. I've got a little bit of mascara smudges, so while that dries, I'm going to move on to the swatches, and then I'll come back and kind of flick those little smudges off, and it'll be as if it never even happened. So let's get into the lip oil swatches. I cannot wait because I love this formula. As I stated in the beginning of the video, the set comes with 4 lip oils, and one is exclusive to this kit only, which is a sparkly shade, and the kit itself is $32. So I'm going to start with the lightest shade and work my way to the darkest. First up is Pink Quartz. First shade is Pink Quartz. This formula feels incredible. It's a substantial feeling lip oil where your lips feel hydrated, conditioned. It feels luxurious on the lips. It feels much more expensive than what they really are. It has a bit of a kind of minty smell to it. No tingle, no pain, nothing, no stinging, nothing whatsoever. Such a beautiful formula and one of the best lip oils that I have tried, especially at the drugstore. Next shade is Rose Envy. This one has a little bit more pigment to it than the Rose Quartz. And here is Rose Envy. Next up is that fun shade, the Crystal Baller, which is exclusive to this set. This is that pretty kind of champagne sparkle. And here's that Crystal Baller shade. Very sparkly, very pretty. I personally would wear this as a topper, not on its own, just because it does have quite a bit of sparkle. And of course, I would definitely pair this with a lip liner to kind of sculpt the lips a little bit better. But this is so pretty. And it would also be a great lip product to use in the holiday months, which they're right around the corner. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. This is definitely one of those shades that you would want to use as a topper to kind of elevate your look for the holiday season. This is so pretty. And lastly, the darkest shade is called Jam Session. And this is Jam Session. That's actually really pretty. This is a very nice kind of light berry hint of color on the lips. Ugh, the formula, I just can't get over how good this formula is. If you have not tried these, pick this up. This is a great set to try more colors, to expand your collection. If you have some of the shades that are not included, I would definitely snag this. I can see this selling out for sure. $32 for 4 full sizes, by the way, is a great deal, and I am so happy that I was able to snag these. I love them, and I actually really like the Jam Session, which is the darkest shade, which is the one that I was a little bit more apprehensive, because I typically don't wear anything this dark. If you've been watching my channels, if you know me, if you know, you know. I don't wear shades like this very often, but this is beautiful. Next up, part of the launch of the glitter shadows was the O-Face Shimmer Balm, and I picked up one shade, the lightest of the two. The darker shade has a little bit more of a brown tone to it. This looks incredible. If you could see this in person, it's like a lipstick covered in glitter. It is so beautiful. My daughters would go wild for this. It is so pretty. Like, it's just too pretty to mess up. So look at that. Do you see how pretty and glowy this is? Stop. Okay, this is so beautiful. And it has the embossed e.l.f. on it, just like the other lipsticks that are similar to this. I love the black and the gold and that magnetic closure. The O-Face lipsticks are some of my favorites from the line. I feel like they honestly feel like substantial, luxurious, super expensive lipsticks, and they're $9. I have a couple, and they have that same sort of soft touch packaging like this does, but this looks beautiful, much more elevated, definitely looks more high-end, does it not? It looks so pretty. Let's stop talking and put this on our lips. I'm going to show you the product just on its own, and then we'll see how it looks layered with something else. So here we go with Perfection. Oh, that is straight glitter. Okay. Here's that Perfection. I definitely had to build this up back and forth because it's a very transparent, almost clear base. Even though it looks like it has color, it doesn't. It's just mostly glitter. This is something that will definitely be a nice topper if you want a sparkly kind of glitter lip. I've never really done something super glittery. I've done some shimmer or something kind of frosty like the lip oil, that kind of glow to lips, but never anything this sparkly and glittery. You can obviously see when you get up close, you can see the pieces of glitter. It feels smooth, so that's something to note. They did a good job with the formula because you don't feel the gritty kind of particles. It doesn't feel rough on the lips. It actually feels really soft, very conditioning, very nourishing, so I like the formula itself. I just have to get used to the glitter, but that's Perfection. Another thing to note before I go into my lip combo for today, this is actually pretty hard to remove, this O-Face Shimmer Balm. I took it off with a napkin and I have glitter stuck to my lips. So something to note, if you put this on, plan on keeping the glitter specks for the rest of the time, the rest of the day or night, because it does not come off unless you use, obviously, makeup remover. That's a simple fix. Take a little bit of makeup remover, a little bit of micellar water, and I'm pretty sure it'll come off. But I don't have that down here, so we're just going to have to roll with this and create a lip combo with the sparkles. Let's do a little bit of lip liner. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Cream Glide lip liners. These are $2, and if you have not tried these, what are you waiting for? I cannot even believe this formula is as creamy and pigmented for $2. The shade I'm going to use today is Pinky Swear, which is one of my favorites from the line. It just glides on so smooth and so seamlessly. And because I love this color so much, I'm going to actually use it and fill in the lips. So it's going to be my main lip color today. Is that not the prettiest pinky nude with a touch of rose to it? Absolutely incredible formula. Pigmented, smooth. I adore this color. I wish they would make this shade into a lipstick because I would buy like 3 of them. Seriously, I would definitely buy a bunch of those. Let's top it with, you know what? Let's just go with that sparkly shade, the Crystal Baller right over the top. I feel like this is going to be the perfect combo to go with the sparkly eyes. And let's just kind of dab it so I don't ruin my applicator. Look at that. Right in the center. And I did have a little bit of the glitter from the O-Face Balm, but we're just going to have to leave that there and just pretend it's not there. And this is the combo with the Pinky Swear lip liner and that Crystal Baller limited edition shade over the top. Oh, this combination is out of this world. I absolutely love the way that looks. And this shimmer makes your lips look so juicy, pouty, just full, glossy. I just love everything about this formula. If you haven't gathered that, these are incredible. If you really like this shade that I'm wearing right now over the lip liner, you have to purchase the set in order to be able to get it. I would love for them to do it individually, because that would be great. Maybe if people kind of let them know on their social media pages or on leaving reviews, please make this an individual permanent product because this is beautiful. I love it. And this is the finished face using some of e.l.f.'s newest launches. What do you guys think of the eyeshadows, the lip oils, the glitter lip balm? I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below. We will definitely be playing with some of the other shades from the Fine as Fleck glitter formula in a different video. I definitely am very pleased with the way the pink one looks. The Pop Off Pink is absolutely beautiful. It's a little hint of color with that sparkle. It looks so beautiful and I am so impressed with that. I like how the lighter shades are more topper-like that I can use with pretty much any look. You just take your finger and just pop it on right over your existing eye look. It's great to use something like that to take a look from day to night, a simple switch like that without having to add product or colors. You just take a little bit of that topper and put it on and boom, it's like a whole new look. And I like that. I do like the formula. I think, like I mentioned before, there is a little bit of inconsistency. So if you buy these and you start off with the light colors and you start swatching them, you probably start to think, okay, these are all going to be more topper-like. But until you get to some of these shades with more color, you start to realize the formula is a little bit different. There's a little bit more pigment. It looks and feels more like a traditional eyeshadow with more of a metallic finish. And some of them may have a little bit, like a very subtle kind of glitter tone to it. So that's my 2 cents on those. If I had to pick out of these, I would definitely say the Pop Off Pink. Where is it? I've got so many. The Pop Off Pink, which is the one that I did in today's tutorial, is definitely one that I would pick up. If you like the champagne tones, I would say out of the lighter two between the White Hot and Champagne Showers, I would go with Champagne Showers. And you may be wondering if these e.l.f. glitter shadows are dupes for the Urban Decay Moon Dust formula. And because I don't own the Moon Dust formula entirely, I can't really say. They seem to be similar based off of packaging and based off of the swatches of the Space Cowboy versus the Champagne Showers in the e.l.f. formula. They do seem very similar, as I stated before, but personally, because I don't have the Moon Dust formula to compare it and kind of swatch side by side, I can't really tell you that information. It looks like it could be. And if any of you watching have the Moon Dust and you're comparing it to e.l.f., please let me know in the comments because I'm actually personally curious about that. And I think it would be helpful for anybody watching to know whether or not it's an actual dupe where you can actually save some money, because the e.l.f. ones are only $6. So if you know that information, please let me know down below. You already know how I feel about these lip oils. These are an automatic go. Get them, order them. You will love them. I'm so happy about that. That is probably, I would say, my favorite thing out of today's video. And then finally, the Shimmer Balm, the O-Face Shimmer Balm, is take it or leave it. I think for fun, sure, why not for the holidays, for something special, a special event, maybe. But for every day, I don't see myself reaching for this as much as I thought. The glitter is very obvious and you can see it. And it doesn't go away. It doesn't wear off very easily. So you have to really like that in order to appreciate these. I do think it's a cute idea. I like that they came out with 2 shades, a light nude and then one that has a little bit more pigment to it. So that's up to you if you want to try this formula out. So off of today's video, I would say the lip oils and the eyeshadows are definitely a go for me. I'm gonna pass on the Shimmer Lip Balm. But again, that's my personal experience. I hope that this video was helpful. I hope the swatches were helpful. Thanks for being here, for watching today's video. Subscribe for more videos like this in the future. You can follow me on Instagram. It always pops up here on the screen. Take care, you guys, and I'll catch you very soon. Bye-bye.